Good morning, everyone. Hello.
Morning, Khenpo.
Morning. Oh, numbers going up so fast. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon. So now we're going to do the opening prayer first. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the still one surpass perfect complete precious Buddhahood. All mothers and beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and nations. May the experience of happiness be separate from suffering and safely. I will establish them in the still one surpass perfect complete precious Buddhahood. Dala damvara zibe da nubara zibe ge tarpa dam jen jembe barade jubara zeba dam je zo zebe manam ka da nyambe zemjen dam je dewa dan de dongarar dan dar nyorda lana me ba yanda bar Zobe Sanjo Rinpoche Do Baraza. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with the body, speech, and the mind. Teye chida sama je barade lenga ye zonge wala kor. Ma she barade lenga ye zonge wala kor. Tidere ne zonde nyema zanda zamje barade lenga ye zonge wala kor. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. We take refuge in the Kandaru Lama and the lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deity of the mandalas of Yadams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas and Dakinis and the Dhamma gardens, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Tenjen zawa dai ji barai je be parden lamai dambai namlai jabzen chewo yadam jin gore je lazo namlai jabzen chewo sanje chomden de namlai jabzen chewo dambe je namlai jabzen chewo Pabe gende namlai jabzen chewo bawon kandu Qi zhong song me zo yi yi jie jian dan den ba nam la jiao zhen jie wo. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of the Bodhisattvas. As previous Buddhas invested in enlightenment and the progress on the Bodhisattva's path. True for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma and likewise in the example of Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas invested in enlightenment and progress on the Bodhisattva's path. True for the benefit of all sentient beings, giving birth to bodhicitta, and apply myself to complete each stage of the path. Sanjo Nyimbo Jije Bar, Sanje Nam Lai Jab Sanje, Chidan Sanjo Samaya, Solan De Yin Jab Sanje, Jadaran Henje De Sheji, Sanjo Dong Ne Jibadang, 上求三贝拉巴拉，得达人言的巴达，得言着拉平等的，上求三的季节性，得言的那拉巴拉，人把人的拉巴拉节。In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge unto enlightenment reach. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sanje Jidan Zojen Jonam La, Sanjo Barada Dane Jabzen Che, Dage Jinso Jimbe Sonam Chi, Dola Benzer Sanje Parashu. May all mothers and beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mothers and beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering, the causes of suffering. May they never be separate from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Manamka dan yambe semjen damje dewa dan deve jadan dembara George Dongara dan dongara jadan dawara George Dongara mebe dewa dan bandawa George Nyeren jadan nyedang daru Tanyon zeme bala nebara George. So now we skip the 7 lamp prayer. Go to the short mandala offering. The ground is sprinkling with the scented water and stirred with the flowers. It is adorned with the meadow, the spring mountain, the 4 continents, the sun and the moon. As Buddha fell for it, may all sentient beings attain the happiness of Buddha first. To the Lama who possesses the Tirikayas, I offer altar in the sacred offerings. With my body, where and all that is visible, please grant me the supreme realization enlightenment. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostration, offering, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Om Guru Rena Mandala Bunza Manga Zamanda Zawaren Samaya Om. I call refuge, O knowing of the world. Your fame provides the 3,000 words. You are the victor of Vajradhara. With adored I bow at the feet of Father Jiti Songo. Continue laughing of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I can realize the unlimited nature of mind. Please stand aware of the Dharma of the two vehicles and their combination according to disposition and likewise the mental capacity of sentient beings. Long press to Majeshri. Page, the Deity Yoga Sadhana, page 32. His wisdom is brilliant like the sun, free of the claw of the two worlds, and the perceived various steps of knowledge in the third true nature. For this reason, he holds the wisdom text at his heart. He has compassion for beings who suffer from the darkness of ignorance and the prison of samsara as a father for only son. Like a thunderclap, he awakens those who are sleeping in ignorance in the losing the charm of karma. Through the 60 branch of Haramana's speech, he wears the wisdom sword to cut the saddling of suffering and to dispel the darkness of confession. In the Buddhist art form, he is pure from beginningless time, fully accomplished in the 10 levels and perfect in the body of all knowledge. Supplicate you, Majeshwari, adorned by the 112 Son of Buddha to dispel the darkness of my ignorance. Om Arapatanade, 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 Om Arapatanade. Om Arapatanade, Om Arapatanade, Om Arapatanade, Om Arapatanade, Om Arapatanade. You who are the perfect, beautiful body, whose flame of wisdom blesses, and dispel darkness of orderly ignorance, are posted before you and pressed to Majeshwari. Tongge doje jaje rezen rong, yenje medo deje ponjamba, serje lembo davre jibego, shaje jarbe jala zorwande, dorje jagare penjen bulai kadenche, Bemain jong ne golan den rome, tada lano zimbe ganon ze, orjen rombo che lai sorwan de, dojen janjen te lo narotan, marbai malai chi je gambu pa, pamo che bai jarwai di gombe, Kaja lama nanlai zorwan de Rome jije yenje bodang ne Te som sanje genje ngowo nye Ransen chuge ngozan dong zebe Sawe lama jala zorwan de. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening. So I think many different continents. Yes, today I'm going to share with you Vajrapani Sadhana, the teaching transmissions. You know that, right? I think that's why you are here today. So hopefully you know who's the Vajrapani. Vajrapani is a very important Yidam deity, the Buddhist, the Buddhist and especially Vajrayana tradition. But some reasons, most people that don't really know much about Vajrapani. They don't much pay attention to Vajrapani. So actually, Vajrapani is most important Yidam deity, most important Bodhisattva and the Buddhist. So when you read the Buddha Amitabha prayer, Sukhavati, so right side is Buddha Amitabha, is generous, the left side is Vajrapani. So he is cooperated every Yidam deity, actually, Vajrapani. Because Vajrapani is representative embodiment of all the Buddha's power. So without the power, Buddha cannot benefit anyone. Without the power, Buddha cannot subdue any negative deeds, emotions, cannot conquer or form others. So then all the Buddha's most important quality is power. So Vajrapani is all the Buddha's embodiment of the form body is power. So then you know that you recognize already Vajrapani. Yeah. So then think about the Buddhist practice. Three Bodhisattvas is very important. Who's the three Bodhisattvas? Vajrapani, Manjushri, Chenrezig. See, this three is most important. Why they are important? This three is pervasive to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas. So the representative Buddha's qualities, activities, everything, three of these together. So Vajrapani is Buddha's embodiment of the power. Manjushri is Buddha's empowerment. Manjushri is Buddha's embodiment of wisdom. Okay, Chenrezig is Buddha's embodiment of the compassion. So, of course, Buddha has detailed the qualities we cannot count beyond our perceptions. But all these qualities bring into subsumed to these three: wisdom, compassion, power. So then this three Bodhisattva effort to form body, auto level, is Bodhisattva. So benefiting all the sentient beings. Inner level, this three Bodhisattva is Buddha's quality. It is the all the Buddha has these three qualities. So that's representative of Buddha's quality. Wisdom is Manjushri, compassion is Chenrezig, power is Vajrapani. And then also the Vajrayana tradition, where is this Buddha's teaching is come from? Especially the Vajrayana teaching, where is it come from? Also, the lineage holder is Buddha's teaching is still in the world, is benefit others, like these three Bodhisattvas activity. Manjushri hold all wisdom teachings, emptiness. Chenrezig hold all the method, compassion teachings. Vajrayana sacred teaching all hold the lineage holder is Vajrapani. So also, when Buddha shared these teachings, who hold these teachings really? So that's also we recognize these three bodhisattvas representative power, compassion, and wisdom. So we don't go back to the other, Manjushri lineage and the Chenrezig lineage. Today we go to directly to the Vajrapani. When during the Buddha was the, when during the Buddha time, so especially when he shared this Vajrayana teachings, Vajrapani is disciple of the Buddha, Shakyamuni. He was there all the time. So when Buddha ready to perform the teaching, ready to share the Dharma teaching, and Vajrapani remove all the obstacles, guide everything, guide. So same is like president ready to speech, then there has a police, and guide, so like that, protecting everything. So that kind of, Vajrapani effort to remove all the obstacles, create boundaries, and subdue all the negative beings, like create all the possibility for Buddha's teaching. So that is the Manjushri is like kind of effort to police way to protecting teaching. Also he is protecting too. Yeah. So then when Buddha passed away, and the teaching, Vajrayana teaching, is not public, so not ready to really benefit. So only Buddha giving the teaching on this Vajrayana teachings for high realizers. So who has pure perceptions? That's the disciple received the Vajrayana teaching. So due to the capacity levels, and then when Buddha passed away, is no Vajrayana teachings in the world really practitioners practicing, like its teaching is there, but no kind of like publicly and benefiting in the practice there. So then there has 5 disciples called Leching Tamanga. It's like 5 disciples. Their name is Leching Tamanga. I don't remember one by one each name. So these 5 of them went to the Sri Lanka. The Sri Lanka, maybe you know the Adam Peak. They call Adam Peak is the mountain. Very, how to say that, strict or like hard to get up there. I think 5,000 something steps you have to get up there. I went there last year, visited that mountain. So Tibetan called the Ro or Malaya Namchambarwa. When you read the Pema Sambhava's, called Levadima, is like 7 chapters prayer. They talk about the mountain lords. So that mountain is also Buddha himself being there in that mountain. So now you can, if you go there, there has a Buddha's footprint and the top of the mountain. So this 5 disciples went up to in the top of the mountain. They're strongly calling the devotion and calling the Buddha blessing and ask this Vajrayana teachings. So then all the Buddha's activity blessing arise together is Vajrapani form. So then Vajrapani appeared to them, these 5 disciples appeared to them. So then Vajrapani giving all the Vajrayana teachings 5 for these disciples. He giving all these teachings for them. So that is the starting from Vajrayana teaching come into the world for publicly. The before actually Buddha Shakyamuni, he gave these teachings, but so I just told you, only who has good capacity, like high level capacity, who has pure perceptions, they're received. But who don't have pure perceptions, then they didn't receive that teaching. So these 5 disciples knows that teaching something special there, but no one has lineage in the, is people not publicly practicing. So that's what this 5 is due to the, of course, like accumulation, Mary and blessing, Buddha's blessing there, get blessing there. That's why this 5 of them went up to the mountain and strongly calling, is heart. So calling the Buddha. Then Vajrapani appeared to them and giving teaching, this Vajrayana teachings. So that is come from lineage. Buddha Shakyamuni give teaching directly to Vajrapani. Vajrapani is a holder of the lineage. So then Vajrapani give it to these 5 disciples. That is the Vajrayana teachings come from. Then, of course, like some higher level practitioner realizes they also have their own perception, get teaching from the Pema Sambhava and the different Buddhas, they have their realization, through their realization, have different kind of lineages, but generally Vajrayana teaching is where it's come from. It's Buddha Shakyamuni and Vajrapani, 5 disciples, then into the world. So this spread out in the world. Do you get? Understand? Yeah. Okay. So that's you have to know. So where's the Vajrayana teaching come from? Then actually Sutra tradition is Buddha teaching, Manjushri, Nagarjuna. So it's come to the world. And the Buddha, this Buddha Maitreya, Asanga, and then come to the world. So method teachings. Buddha, Chinrezig, and then Chinrezig, he usually also, appear to many different high-level practitioners. So spread all the Dharma come into the world. So that kind of many lineages is source of these Bodhisattvas. The Vajrapani is, I just told you already, is Buddha's embodiment of power. When we practice Vajrapani, so remove our obstacle, negative deeds, and also the practice Vajrapani spirits, some demons cannot harm to us. So you think about read the Shantideva's prayer, dedication in the way of Bodhisattva. Inside there, Shantideva said, see, Pardo beings appear to the Vajrapani and all these obstacle beings, demons, and scared, and they run away in the free from the fears. So Vajrapani, if appear to for Pardo beings, then the Pardo beings free from fears, because Pardo beings has their own perception, that due to their karma and the negative deeds is like appear to their, damage. And then they're humming for them. They are so scared and nervous, and this damage torture for them. So if Bardo beings, if can visualize Vajrapani, if the Bardo beings can record like if we practice during our lifetime, we practice Vajrapani in the Bardo. If you can record the Vajrapani in the Bardo, so Vajrapani is appear to in the Bardo, this damage, or it's run where they get heart attack, they die there. So that kind of, is a power. So that's why Shantideva, he clearly, mentioned about Vajrapani in the Shantideva's dedication. Do you remember that? So you read the Shantideva's dedication, right? Vajrapani is there. Yeah. So like that is Vajrapani is liberating Bardo beings, remove the fears. Then Vajrapani helps remove our practice dharma's obstacles. So practice Vajrapani also we get more power. So power is like our eye cannot see. Think about it. Your eye cannot see the power. Your eye cannot see the wisdom and the compassion. So this power, compassion, wisdom is not physical form body, right? But think about all our individually, everyone has different abilities. So the different kind of, power and wisdom, compassion, see? So we have a power, because if you want to do something, long as you have power, you can successful. Whatever you want to do something, it's become successful. People, everyone respect, and whatever you wish is that everyone support. Naturally happening that is called power. Your eye cannot see, but some people has like that. Some wanted to do something, happening something. It's naturally everyone support. Then it's happening that. So that is called power. And people naturally respect. And then that person, everyone can take into the right path. So right direction in the spiritual path. That's called power. Many spiritual masters has that. So spiritual masters has compassion. Spiritual masters has wisdom. Spiritual masters has a power to benefit, happening something for, their wishes, whatever they wanted to do, something always happening. That is I cannot see, but it's there. That's why that kind is like come from the practice, through the practice, the realization is come from you practice Vajrapani Majeshwari Chinreza, arise that power for you within your mind. So then think about, we need three qualities. We don't need anything other than that. Long as you have three qualities, then you are already perfect. So what we need three, we need power, we need compassion, we need wisdom. So long as we have that, everything's there. So what is Buddha means? Buddha has a power, Buddha has compassion, Buddha has wisdom. Who's the ordinary people, ordinary beings? No compassion, no wisdom, no power. So that is ordinary beings. Differences. So then practice Vajrapani is we create our power. It's actually we create Buddha's qualities. One day we become Buddha is we we are saying is Vajrapani. It's on the path we practice Vajrapani, create. That is like become, when you are become Buddha, is we say you are become Vajrapani means you have power to benefit. That is Vajrapani, become you are Vajrapani. On the path you practice compassion, and when you become Buddha, so you have a compassion for everyone, equanimity. That is called Chinrezek. So you are become compassion Buddha. And sometimes people misunderstand, oh, I want to be Vajrapani, I don't want to be Chinrezek. I want to be Chinrezek, I don't want to be Vajrapani. This is misunderstanding, okay? So long as you see study Dharma, use knowledge, you create wisdom, and that is the cause. Result is when you become Buddha, omniscient wisdom Manjushri. So Buddha has omniscient wisdom, no compassion, then that doesn't work very well. Right? Buddha has compassion, wisdom, but no power, then it's like nothing to do. It cannot do anything much. So that's why the three qualities have to come together. Means like when we are on the path, we have to practice compassion, we have to practice wisdom, we have to practice Vajrapani, create power. So this practice three bodhisattvas, become we are Buddha, we have power and benefit for others. Okay, so you understand, yeah? Then also Vajrayana has peace for Yadam deities, wrath for Yadam deities. Okay, actually 4 activities, but subsumed these 2 is okay. So long as you know these 2, then it's okay already. Peace for, wrath for. So peace for symbolizes Manjushri and the Chinrezek. So wrath for is symbolized is Vajrapani. This all the, where is this peace from Buddhas come from? Where is this wrath for Buddhas come from? Or is this come from? It's 3 bodhisattvas. So then sometimes we say all these Buddhas is our own emanation. Of course, like you have a compassion, wisdom, all the peaceful that is your emanation. Long as you practice Vajrapani, you have power, all the wrath for that is your emanation. Because you are become Buddha. So then many wrath for deities, especially, okay, today we talk about wrath for deities, wrath for deities. Wrath for deities, so usually see Gachin Rinpoche, he also says, have more compassion, they actually peaceful ones. So it's passionate compassion, energy, strong energy, right? So powerful compassion is become wrath for deities. So all the wrath for deities, people like to practice Vajrapani, oh no, sorry, I mean the Yamintaka and Vajrakalaya, Chagra Sambara, this kind of all this wrath for Kala Chagra. So you have to know where they are come from. It's Vajrapani. Vajrapani is effort to different form bodies. So sometimes we forget the mother, you know. So we forget our own mother and father like that. So we really forget the father of the Vajrayana, mother of Vajrayana tradition, source of all this wrath for Buddha is Vajrapani. Okay, so you can see, you have the sadhana, right? Do you? Okay, with sadhana here has introduction. So Vajrapani, it's the introduction, Vajrapani, the demon conqueror. Look to that one. You understand what I'm talking about right now. This is the introduction. So this deity, the Bodhisattva, is outwardly Buddha, Shakyamuni, inwardly Vajrapani, and secretly Vajradhara. So it said also Buddha Shakyamuni also Vajrapani outwardly because Buddha has power, Buddha Shakyamuni. He conquered all the 4 maras. And he has a power to become a source of the Buddhist teaching. And Buddha Shakyamuni is mean Buddha. That means he has a power. And Buddha means like he has four different fearless. Where is this fearless is come from? That means Buddha Shakyamuni is Vajrapani, is his power, and he can subdue everyone. So no one comparing to Buddha Shakyamuni. That is a Vajrapani. So power is Vajrapani. That's why it's outwardly Buddha Shakyamuni. Then due to Buddha Shakyamuni, we have all these teachings because his kindness, compassion, his aspirations. So we also have to think about, Buddha Shakyamuni. Then inwardly Vajrapani means Buddha Shakyamuni is outwardly form body, effort to form, but inwardly Buddha has quality. So I just told you the quality, that is Vajrapani. Inwardly power is Vajrapani. And secretly Vajradhara, Vajradhara is the source of all the Vajrayana teachings. So the Vajradhara, Nima tradition called Kendo Zambo, Kaju tradition say Vajradhara, actually is same, different names. So that's I understand. Then, so no, Buddha Shakyamuni is also, effort to form by the Buddha Vajradhara, because when he ready to share the Vajrayana teachings. So that means like all the Vajrayana teaching is secretly come from this Vajrapani. Then he holds the treasure of sacred teachings of the Buddhas of the 3 times. So Vajrapani, I already shared with you that holds the treasure of sacred teaching, the Vajrayana teaching of the Buddha of the 3 times. Past Buddha lineage, this sacred teachings holder is Vajrapani. Then present Buddha Shakyamuni and the future other Buddhas. Also, Vajrapani is always the holds the treasure of the secret teaching of Buddha's 3 times. Yeah. So the reason is that Vajrapani has power to hold these secret teachings. And then he is actually source of this teaching, secret teachings come from. He is the embodiment of all tantric deities. See, all the tantric has deities form is Vajrapani, all tantric deities, embodiment of all tantric deities. Vajrayana has many Yidam deities. That's all is embodiment of all tantric deity is Vajrapani, who manifest in many different forms to train sentient beings. He appeared to write for many different Buddhas, appeared to, then benefit others, train sentient beings. So see, Chakra Sambhara is already there. Chakra Sambhara is the emanation of the Vajrapani, is the body emanation. Vajrapani's body emanation is Chakra Sambhara. Maha Maya is the speech emanation. And Heng Vajra, the mind emanation. Graha Samaja is the quality emanation. And Kalachara is the activity emanation. So therefore, this deity is the embodiment of all the, therefore this deity, Vajrapani, is the embodiment of all the deities. In Tantric texts, it is said, whoever sees my body will attain Buddhahood. So who sees the Vajrapani's form body, that person can be Buddhahood. Whoever hears my speech will attain joy even in samsara. Whoever realizes my mind will bring any sentient beings to enlightenment. Anyone who receives the empowerment of this deity and take him as a yadam for regular practice will not be opposed by any evil spirits or entities. So long as you receive this Vajrapani empowerment, then actually you have allowed to practice all the Vajrayana teachings generally, you know. Then you go to specifically you want to receive empowerment. Of course, it's great, but generally, long as you receive the Vajrapani empowerment, you already open the door for the Vajrayana teachings, and you have the ability to practice Vajrayana teaching. Then, long as you receive Vajrapani empowerment, see any evil spirits or entities, they cannot harm to you. Long as you practice, regularly practice, will not be opposed by any evil spirits or entities. And eventually will attain the inseparability of the Vajra mind of all the Buddhas. So sacred level Vajrapani is Buddha's mind. That's why our mind also called Vajra. Natural mind is called Vajra. So we have opportunity or ability to recognize our nature mind. So that time then we are eventually we will attain the inseparability of the Vajra mind of all the Buddhas. Then that time is all the Buddhas mind nature is the same. So that form body arises Vajrapani power. That is the short introduction. Of course, if you go to more details, it's like we have to talk monthly. So years, and lifetimes, beyond our perceptions. See, it's so much information there. It's created very short. Yeah, so now we go to the main practice. Namo Guru Vajrapani is homage to Master Vajrapani. So any yogi who wish to practice the arising stage and mantra recitation of the very conscious daily practice of the demon subduing Lord of Secret should first take refuge, cultivate bodhicitta, and meditate on the four measurables. So this teaching is directly go to the visualization, and in this sadhana didn't have a specifically put the refuge for measurable bodhicitta. That not really there, but who going to practice this? The here giving instructions like first you cultivate take the refuge Buddha and the Dharma Sangha, and then cultivate the bodhicitta and meditate on the four measurable. That is the preliminary practice first, opening prayer for the Vajrayana practice. So this sadhana is called, the name is demon subduing Lord of Secrets. So that is the name. Then Vajrapani has many different sadhanas. Also, his form body is sometimes a little bit different, like due to the who has visions of Vajrapani, who created these sadhanas. they're focusing different ways. Like example, someone wanted to remove the demon subdued drawing, then pray to Vajrapani like effort to form body like this. And the sadhana also exactly like this following. Someone focus like practice Vajrapani, remove the obstacle in the pardo. So the sadhana is also a little bit different names they're calling. So main point this Vajrapani practice is remove all the obstacles. The obstacles have many different kind. So which obstacle you wanted to remove specifically, something like happening, so the name is put into the sadhana. Generally, this sadhana cover actually all the fears, remove all the fears. So that's directly just a name is like demon subduing, but actually subduing everything, all the fears, negativities. So no Om Sobawa Shida Savadama Sobawa Shida Ham is a mode of abiding of all phenomena is itself pure openness. That's a mantra is so transforming. We can say that mantra is called transform. What is transform? Impure perception is transform. So that is how to transform is like depending levels, practitioners. All this appearance is transformed to emptiness. All the phenomena is transformed to the emptiness. That is another way. Another case is all this form is transformed to the Buddha's form body. Yeah, that's why when you chant that mantra, no longer you are ordinary person. So no longer this phenomena is exist for us. The mantra is called transforming. Otherwise, we are ordinary person. We have all these perceptions. Then we just same is always ordinary person. No changing. So whatever you're doing just is actually you have a strong perception. You are ordinary self. You have very strong fixation to the order or outwardly like this phenomena, fixation to that, then create all this habituate as a samsara, causes of samsara. Within the samsara, yes, we can do some good things, but you really can, that practice cannot create the causes of Buddha. So you do something like kindness, good, long as you have always this mundane precepts, cannot create causes of Buddha. So Buddha didn't have impure perceptions. That's why we also have to create impure perceptions. No, we have to create pure perceptions. Buddha didn't have impure perceptions. Buddha always have a pure perception. So we have to create pure perceptions. This practice, see, Vajrayana teaching practice only has that ability. Directly create pure perceptions. So usually we say TQ, cut. This also almost so bhava shida sawa dhamma so bhava shida ham is TQ. It's cut. Ordinary person is become transformed, emptiness, or Buddha's form. Ordinary perception or this mundane perception is transformed to the pure. So it's cut all the impure perceptions. Otherwise, see, usually you practice, but you always have this mundane percepts. Then that practice, of course, it's create good karma, but cannot create causes of Buddha. So many different levels. Some practice take you to the human being, some practice take you to the God realm, some practice take you a higher level. So Buddha is like, create Buddha's quality is like, we have to go beyond it, something beyond it. Not usually you just something doing easily, you managing something, you're delusionally. So that is only causes of like good opportunity, create accumulation merit, but not causes of Buddha enlightenment. Of course, that take you to higher realms. Then the best on that, you know, that you can create good, like your more good qualities, like you can increasing, used to that, practice that best on, but not directly, you know, causes of the Buddhahood. So this practice is totally different. 100% cut impure perceptions when you chant Om Sobhava Shida Savadama Sobhava Shida. Everything is phenomena, is emptiness. All this phenomena is Buddha. So then all this phenomena is Buddha means then all beings Buddha, you are Buddha. You are part of in all sentient beings, you are part of all the phenomena. Create a pure perception. Then you can visualize, you know, otherwise, just we create a kind of habituating, mentally, you know, like habituating, but not really practicing. Reality, really practice, we have to transform everything emptiness. And we are recognize ourselves as Buddha. Then you practice is 100% perfect. Otherwise, like just we are, of course, we don't have that kind of realization ability. Our practice is only just create the kind of karmic imprints. That's also good, you know, comparing to nothing. So nothing, see, it's like I'm beginning last time until no nothing. That's why we have so strong this percept, impure percept, so strong. All this phenomena is causes of our attachment, desire, causes of samsara, everything. So that is being already lifetimes, many lifetimes. So now also you create some connect with this absolute truth, connect with the Buddha, create some karmic imprints. That's also good, you know. You just mentally think all this phenomena is subsumed or become transformed to emptiness. All this phenomena is approach to pure Buddha, pure lane. The universe is Buddha's pure lane. All beings inside beings is Buddha. You create that mentally and meditate. That also give you, you know, more connection there, and you connect with the habituate. So Buddhahood is no perception like our samsara right now. These perceptions no exist there. They have a totally different universe or somewhere else. So we're going to part of that mandala. Long as you have an impure perceptions, you cannot part of that mandala. So you are going to part of that mandala means then you have to create habituate, pure percepts. The universal, this all the right now, our perception, this country is universal, it's our perception. But Buddha pure lane, Buddhahood, they has totally different universal, that different mandala there. Everything is pure there. So not this dualistic percepts there, no exist there. No impure is exist there. So then how do we get there? We have to create something, you know, habituate, right? Otherwise, not possible to we get there. So then mind, how to create is mind is like we try to meditate samadhi, release, you know, conceptual thoughts, release conceptual mind. and create like no concepts, no draw wisdom mind. Then also mentally, this form is visualized pure, universal Buddha's purely, and in inner beings is the Buddha and the red nose. So that create karmic imprints become up into the Buddha's mandala. So we get a mandala in there. When you receive the empowerment, you say, I wanted to be same mandala together. And then we have hold the Samaya too. This empowerment is actually, very important. Also, all the who take together empowerment, who take together, transmission, the teaching, that is actually Dharma siblings become brothers, sisters. And very important Samaya, actually more important than your ordinary siblings. So Vajra brother, Vajra sister called Vajra brother sisters. And then long as we hold the Samaya together, then we create like our Buddha land, we create the Buddha pure land. And Vajra master is Buddha, and who take this all the empowerment together and then hold the Samaya, that everyone we feature like create another Buddha's pure land. We create another mandala. So then inside the mandala, no drawer, it's same, it's like whatever the create mandala, of course, these different lineages, followings, and follow the different teachers. Like if the long as go right direction, the teacher is the lineage, like, the Buddha's pure lines, the mean Buddha. And then all this who take teachings together, receive empowerment together, is the Vajra sister, brother, means all are together in the one retinue, Buddha's retinue become, and one mandala. So then you can help for other beings, benefit others, and even like say, long as hold the Samaya, and we can help each other in the samsara, taking into the Buddha's mandala. So if you don't hold the Samaya, then that whole thing is become broken, like whole mandala is going to damaged. So that kind is very dangerous, actually, danger too. That's why the Sangha means like very important, hold the Samaya. It's hold the Samaya, like no lose devotion with teacher who you receive the empowerment. And so recognize always like same as Buddha, and then whatever you can practice, then you recognize who is with you, take empowerment, just recognize always like Vajra sister and Vajra brother. Don't intentionally harming them. Even we cannot help them, like worldly, but not intentionally harm to them. No intentionally harm to Vajra master, no intentionally harm to Vajra sister and brothers. So that is the Samaya. Long as we hold that, it's become everyone has the opportunity to into the mandala. The empowerment is means like we creating Vajra, the mandala and the Buddha's pure land. Okay, so that's why it's like change all the impure perceptions, create a pure percepts. So this practice is more powerful than Sutra tradition. Why is it more powerful? Because special method, easy, and is powerful. Comparing to Sutra tradition investigating one by one, okay, this table is not exist inherently. Then take over part of particles, then use analytical and to take part of pieces and become all is like atoms. Then atom this also no exist, so you think oh then emptiness. That take longer way, but you don't know drawing, you know using that method, no? You just table is no exist, table is transformed to the just pure perception. So that's the create a pure perception. Like Buddhahood, I just told you, it's all is a pure. Then that's why we have to create a pure perceptions, not impure. There exist no mundane percepts. This Vajrayana teaching, all is like purpose is create pure perception, transform impure perception. No mundane perception. It's like remove the mundane percepts. Then ability, different like levels, practitioners. Some just can create karmic imprints there. Some can create habituate there. Some is really can transform. So it's levels. That's why when we all receive empowerment together, individual has different ways to benefit too. Because due to the individual ability. Okay, so no visualization. Purify the confession of grasping at the duality of samsara and the nirvana. See, purify confession, purify impure perception, purify all mundane percepts. If long as no mundane percepts, no impure, then no grasping, then no duality of samsara and the nirvana, become no samsara and the nirvana. Samsara and nirvana is dependent to each other. Long as we have samsara, then we have nirvana. So long as samsara is no exist, nirvana is no exist, become is called mandala Buddha field. Okay. And meditate on promoter purity of all providing emptiness. So these two verses actually, you see, very powerful there. Actually, Vajrayana teaching, Mayamika teaching, all is included there. And also conduct, view included there too. So conduct is whatever we do is create pure percepts. Conduct is like, is especially the high level conduct is different than just usually we basic teachings. So you just received already Genji Mahamudra, the what talking about the higher level conduct is no dualistic view. Then that is a higher level conduct. So long as you no longer, you don't have this impure percept, and then when you meditate, you realize your own promoter, pretty nature, truth, then all providing emptiness, that nature is empty, emptiness is nature. So that part is like more explained. Is we already shared the Genji Mahamudra, then you understand what it's talking about here. From that state of emptiness arises circle of Vajra fire mountains. So no, within this is sutra and with Mahamudra combined together. So that first sentence, two sentence, then this going into the Vajrayana teaching, Vajrayana practice. The essence is a sutra and Mahamudra. Then this is a special method, okay, using special method. Essence is the sutra and Mayamika and Mahamudra. Use that. From that state means no is going to the using different method is Vajrayana teaching. State of emptiness is going to the generation stage. Emptiness arise a circle of Vajra fire mountains. So now we emptiness is arise this circle of Vajra fire mountains. Wisdom is arise in the fire. Actually, emptiness is a representative wisdom. Wisdom is arise the Vajra fire mountains. In the center of which is a palm. So this is the wrathful deity. Vajrapani is wrathful. That's why it's circle of Vajra fire mountains. So we visualizing the wrathful. In the center of which is a palm, which transform into a lotus seed on which a ram transform into a sun dish. And this is my own awareness in the form of a clear, dark blue home. So palm is transformed to the lotus. So that means generation stage is mother's womb is impure, is transformed to the palm syllable is block the womb, impure womb. That's why it's a palm is become transformed to the lotus flower. When you visualize the lotus flower, taking birth is impure. Your taking birth is pure, come from pure. In the Buddha Amitabha Pure, no one was born mother's womb. So everyone was born in the lotus flower. So see, you create that birth karmic imprints, pure birth karmic imprints. If you was born, if long as you born in the mother's womb, then birth suffering. Then you have old age suffering. Then you have sickness suffering. Then you have death suffering, okay? So if you don't want that, you want to free from that suffering, what we have to do? We have to visualize the palm syllable transform to the lotus flower. So create born in the lotus flower. You can talk right away. You can eat right away. You no need to cry there. No suffering, okay? No pain. You're not stuck there. 9 months in the mother's womb, and then bone is very tiny, hole is you come out, it's not easy, suffering. Mother's suffering, baby is suffering. So that's why when baby was born is crying, no one is laughing, it's samsara. That is representative samsara, showing the samsara is a suffering. Baby, I heard, I don't see the baby born, but I heard when baby born is crying. So that is a suffering, right? If we don't want to happen, we don't want that happening again. So then we have to meditate. The palm syllable is then transformed to the lotus seed, on which a ram transformed into a sun dish. So ram is then visualize the ram syllable that is transformed into the sun dish. That is purified, essence, like father's essence, mother's essence, that is transformed. It's wisdom, actually. Sundays. No longer impure essence there. It's a pure essence. Then this is wrathful. That's why I think not talking about moon syllable. So sun syllable is representative, more wrathful. This is my own awareness, is the form of a clear dark blue home. Then we have to top of the sun dish, home syllable. The home syllable is our natural mind. So usually our mind is followed by the father's essence, the mother's essence, and into the mother's womb. So it's impure, going into the impure. That's why taking to the samsara, birth in the samsara. No, no longer exists their mother's womb, no longer exists father, mother essence. So now is the consciousness of home, not attached to this object, no longer attached to that, become the impure mind is transformed to the syllable, home. So home is a mind, is then home syllable is transformed to the Vajrapani. So the form of a color dark blue home, this red light that purifies all sentient beings and is absorbed into the home. So before taking the birth, see, also we can create accumulation merit. The home syllable like red is that's all is a same thing. Every Yadam Deity Sadhana, same thing. So like red is go to offerings, create offerings, create accumulation merit, and then like that is dissolved to the home syllable is all the Buddha's 3 times Buddha's blessing dissolve, and then like that is to go to 6 realms, purify all 6 realms karmic imprints, benefit others, benefit own. That's why I call two. On this my own awareness is the form of color dark blue. Home this red like purify all sentient beings and is absorbed into the home which transform into Lord of Secret, the subduer of all demons and evil spirits. So become this transform to the Vajrapani's form body. Home is transformed to the Vajrapani's form body. That means no we taking birth is Vajrapani's Buddha's form body, no more ordinary form body. So we are already Buddha's body. Our consciousness is transformed to the Buddha's form body. Visualize Buddha's form. Then Buddha is the, you know, is Vajrapani is powerful Buddha. That's why we secret subduing of all demons and evil spirits. If long as you can practice that meditation is like correctly, if you really have clear visualization and practice, that easily increasing your accumulation merit, then also you benefit for others. If you do this way practice, you can help your relatives, you can help for your family, you can help for neighbors, anyone. So under there, you know, you can help for Pardo beings too, or the 6 realm beings. You have ability to do that. And now here we're talking about high level way, but we don't have that kind of high level, but now we're creating our precepts, karmic imprints, habituate. So that's also good, you know. Even we cannot benefit everyone, but we create that cause. So reserve future when we become Buddha, or we can benefit. Or one day we can practice really correctly this sadhana, then you can benefit others. I am black in color, so Vajrapani is in black in color. I am black in color is like I am is like become your Vajrapani, okay? You are Vajrapani, that's what I am. So our form body is black in color with 1 face and 2 arms. So Vajrapani has 1 face and 2 arms. My right hand raises a 5-pointed golden Vajra. So Vajra, this Vajrapani hold the golden Vajra, 5-pointed is 5 wisdom. The wise, the 5-pointed is like is deep, that is like representative 5 wisdom. Why is gold golden? Gold is like not only like our perception expensive. Gold is symbolize the natural mind too. So think about gold is like you throw away with the garbage, like trash or really bad and smell or whatever, and you don't want to touch, you don't want to see, like you don't want to smell. So that kind of like bad, trash and garbage. If you leave gore with them 100 years, but gore is never lost, their shining qualities, everything there, always. So like that, our mind is nature. Buddha is be with the samsara like eons, but never lost our Buddha nature quality, our mind nature. So that's why the goal also is like representative nature mind too. One day you discover the goal from the this garbage, and then you put the water and make shower clean. This goal is a goal. So no one say, oh, this goal is being 100 years in with garbage, I don't want. No one said that. So you take to in the shop there, everyone wanted to buy, everyone no recognize what happened, where it's being. So their goal quality is never lost. Same like that. So we are reborn samsara many lifetimes. So samsara is the same as garbage. But our nature is the same as gold, never lost qualities. So long as you clean up, long as you discover and you clean, then it's gold, right? Same thing, you recognize your nature is a Buddha, you discover and you practice is, clean up this, remove the dust, these negative things, and then your qualities arise, it's nature mind. So that goal is in the garbage or in the shop, same goal actually. Like that. When you are when you are in the samsara, you are in the Buddhahood, it's same person. So that's the reason he hold the golden Vajra. When you see the goal, don't attach to the goal. Don't think about how much the price, okay? Think about the natural mind. That's it. The quality. Then that goal help you waking up, symbolize, recognize. The true goal is our natural mind. That is the just, ordinary goal actually. But true goal is our mind nature. That's author symbolized goal, introduce our nature true goal. Do you understand? So like that, author Buddhas symbolize, introduce inner our nature, Buddha. My left hand is also the Vajra is a power, long as you have 5 wisdoms, you can remove, subdue all these 5 afflictive emotions. You can transform 5 afflictive emotions. So Vajra yana means teaching is transforming all the 5 afflictive emotions. Negative is transformed. That's why Vajrapani hold the Vajra. He is a holder of the teaching, the Vajra. That's why. My left hand is at my heart, is the subduing gesture, holding a Vajra lasso. So that is no one give up any beings. Lasso is actually representative compassion, hook, compassion, hook. Right? Lasso is a hook, right? I think so. So representative compassion, Vajra is power and wisdom. The lasso is a hope, is a compassion, lasso, holding Vajra lasso. So that main point is doesn't matter who you are, not giving up any beings. So long as the person has have the connections, everyone they liberate. every beings, represented with four measurables, econometrics. My right leg is bent, so my left is straight. That is the actually kind of rat for dancing, rat for posture, dance. Subdue whole, like three rams, like subduing three rams, power of that. That's the actually the legs, that posture is like power, subjugator. Exhibit the nine wrathful, I say habit the nine wrathful expressions. So nine wrathful expressions. This wrathful Yadam deity has like expression something in the face. Wrathful, different kind of 9 different kind of expressions they have, but usually the tanka, who create the tanka and the statue, they don't know, but actually someone is really creator tanka and the statue, they have to know this 9 wrathful expressions, 9 the wrathful expressions. They can good tanka statue has that showing that kind. So tanka statue, who create the tanka statue, not just only painters. If really good one, so you have to know this, what means this 9 wrathful expressions. It's kind of like, it's compassion showing, but also form is wrathful. It's like they have something qualities, it's different. They're harder to create than artists and tanka painters. Then there, looking is like it's like, looking is like really into nature and compassion, look into the nature, and wrathful with a smile, compassion there, like that kind of, is like possessors, like many different. There is like that is called the Buddha's form body. Is this exhibit the 9 wrathful expressions. Then that kind of, even who has this this is like someone who practices Yadam deities, that person also has that kind of ability that they don't do expectationally showing, but people who have devotions, they naturally can see that. Who has this Yadam deities practice, then they're drawing, actions, looking eye, and saying things like that people recognize, like showing these 9 different habits. So that's why it's when last time Gachen Rinpoche shared his teaching, he said he see that is for the Tuan Rinpoche, for he passed away a long time ago, and one of the yogi Digong Kaju. So Gachen Rinpoche always, like when he shared this, he always mentioned about that person, and when he talk and when he do something, sometimes he just laugh, and doesn't matter 100,000 people, so they just like it's like kind of a baby or kids, no any percepts, like it's kind of different, when they laugh and the expression, so you look the eye is totally different. So there people get sometimes scared and nervous. That also helps, actually the person who has something negative and obstacles, they fear, scared, and they remove the fears too. So not always like you get happy and joy there, like fear, scared, and so you get fear, pressure or something. That's also actually good son who has realizers, you be with them, they make you nervous and fierce. That is a really good sign too, because then you connect and their blessing and remove the obstacles. Then some get feel joy and happy, but it's feeling sometimes like nervous, scared. It's great. Expressions. So then my flame, colored hair blazes upward. The all is upward because it's wrath for deities. It's representative. Is the wisdom transforming. Aware are terra of 5 draskos and a girdling of 50 fresh severed heads. So same is say Vajra Yogini. Vajra Yogini form body, and this right now is Vajrapani. The ornament is the same. The main point is this all showing the absolute truth qualities. So not easy for our ordinary who has impure perceptions. They don't want to see the 5 draskos. They don't want to see the 50 fresh silver heads. It's hard we receive that because we have impure perceptions, and for us it's impure. That is like especially it's no good. All is terrible, right? We think right away it's illegal. Example. So no one wanted to see that. That's why for beginners effort to the Sambonakaya form, Namanakaya form, peaceful ones, not wrathful. Wrathful is for the who has ability, higher level. You must have to have some levels understanding the true nature. Otherwise, not easy to you receive this. Because we have impure, we have good and bad. Long as you have that judgmental percepts, then this form body symbolize is not easy to accept. That's the reason the Vajrayana teaching is Buddha, you see, is not teaching for publicly. Some country already been Buddhist country many years. If you're going to share this kind of teaching, very hard to accept because due to their already karmic imprints or habits, or they just believe some basic things. So Pema Sambhava said, Vajrayana teaching is future go into Western countries. And that's also he has prophesied. So I think it's true because now it's we share the Vajrayana teachings in the Western country, people understand and easily accept, comparing to someone is being many years Buddhist in the Asia. So actually, this teaching is you really understand teaching. If they accept, first they wanted to know, then we can share true teaching. Can explain correctly, but that don't open the mind first. Okay, so that's also obstacle. If long as opening the mind to hear is, then this all has reasons, meanings, showing the absolute truth qualities. It's very profound meaning. Comparing to peaceful deities, like wrathful has more profound meaning. But people just no open mind, then they just say, oh, no good, they cannot. So it's easily that denied, followed by their perception. They really who know the Dharma actually. Buddha know the Dharma, right? realize the teachers know the Dharma, not the ordinary people like say, oh, I don't accept. So who don't accept, that is still in samsara. That's why we don't accept. That's still in samsara. Then we cannot do much with them because they say, I don't accept this, and then that's it. So you recognize, oh, I know, yeah, he don't accept like, so I'm beginning last time until no, that's why here, yeah. That's why here. So that's the, you cannot like upset with anything about that. So also include us too. So no, we are lucky means like connect with Vajrayana teaching and accepting, have a capacity, to receive this teaching. Open the mind, that is called capacity. So we have a capacity to receive this teaching. The Evera of 5 dress courses, see, 5 emotions already died. 5 emotions already dead. And then symbolize is 5 wisdom. 5 wisdoms arise. So that is the whole purpose of the teaching, practice. So you think about like go to Thailand, example, or Sri Lanka and Burma, that never ever accept this kind. Then why you practice? You ask them why you practice. They of course practice Dharma is like try to remove the emotions. But it's then you say, okay, this is symbolized, remove the emotions. Then they don't accept. So that means like no capacity there. What are you doing? Then your, mind, thinking, action, all is in not together. So actually, this all showing we are Buddha. See, we are Buddha. And I told you many times, like some country is so strongly already, Hinayana tradition is very strong. You cannot say you are Buddha. If you say you are Buddha, they're upset. So they say you are no respect Buddha. Then that they do all the prayers, then we say, why you prayer? Because if you don't have a Buddha, then your prayer is no benefit. Actually, main point is we doing prayer practice means like we have a Buddha nature. That's why we doing that. We become same as the Buddha. If you don't have a Buddha nature, then your practice is no essence there. It's no benefit. When you die, then practice also die too, right? So we have a Buddha nature, and that nature is never die. Truly, we are Buddha. Even we cannot be Buddha in this life, we can follow again next life. So practice benefit the next life. And that's why we practicing. We are Buddha, that's why we practice. Otherwise, if we are no Buddha, then why we practice? The goal is in the, I told you, in the garbage. So you recognize its goal is there. So then doesn't matter how dirty that you try to get that, right? Try to get that. Then you discover and you clean up. Then you recognize valued. So it's you can discover goals there. That's why we say, oh, in the garbage has a goal. You cannot upset, In the garbage, inside garbage can be have a goal there too. Same is like every sentient beings, like body, mind, obscuration is the garbage, and the no recognized Buddha is there, but long as you remove your body's mind, speech, obscurations, Buddha is there. So you discover your own nature. So exactly, like example, in the garbage has a goal, and I said in the garbage has a goal, people cannot upset, right? So like that, which I can say all these beings Buddha. then why the difference is like all beings we have right now obstacles, but long as we purify obstacle, then we are Buddha. So garbage has a goal, but long as you discover and clean up, that is the goal. Okay. So then here, girdling of 50 fresh silver heads, that lots of meaning in there. We don't have time to explain. Of course, that's so much profound. Just not really easily explain that. The talk about like mind is like many different the mental formats. How to call the mind consciousness has many different percepts there. So they're calling different names. So usually we say 50 different mental formats or percepts. So that's all is like causes of samsara actually. No, that's all is transformed. That's all is non-exist. Become that is called 50 fresh silver heads. So Vajra Yogini also we explain like that. I think it's similar here too. Then this all negativity is gone. Then what happened? I am endowed by 8 nagas. I say, oh, 8 nagas. Or I am endowed by 8 nagas. So that's I don't know exactly symbolize the meanings, but nagas is also just main point is he subdued all the beings, the powerful, this Vajrapani is powerful, and also Vajrapani control the nagas, means like also in the world has sometimes a disease and sometimes this natural disasters, many this negative emotion, negative things arising, so obstacles due to the nagas. The naga has also the problems, then that affected for human beings. That's why it's Vajrapani has power to subdue the nagas. Means long as you practice Vajrapani, we can remove all the negative things, free from that. Disease, obstacles, natural disasters, so many things like is can removed through the practice of Vajrapani. I wear a tiger skin skirt that is showing the hero. The hero is not the hero fighting with human beings each other. This is a hero is a winner for the samsara of winner from the four maras. That representative heroes, a hero, right? So that's it. Then I am engulfed in a blazing wisdom fire. That's all emotions transform to the wisdom. And the 3 places are white om. 3 places are forehead, throat, and heart. So white om syllable in the forehead. A red R is throat and blue hong is in the heart. So that's 3 syllables is representative of Buddha's body, speech, mind. From these legs ready and invite all the wisdom deities in the form of Vajrapani. So these 3 legs, white, red, blue, go to the pure lane, bring all the wisdom beings dissolve to, like we are visualize Vajrapani dissolve to ourselves. So that means you get more confident, you get more divine, and you really get to realize your own nature is Buddha. It's become we are wisdom beings and we are inseparable. So we are the truly Buddha. So this followed by the 3 aspects: clear visualize, and also the self divine pride, and then understand the recollection of purity. So the recollection of purity is what we talked, the symbolized meaning, the showing the absolute truth, Buddha's qualities. Nothing wrong there. That's follow that, and using these three syllables, Vajra, three syllables called Vajra syllable, then which dissolve inseparably into me through the mantra Za Hong Pam Hong. Za Hong Pa Hong, inverting and dissolving inseparable. So that all these wisdom beings and our Samaya beings become inseparable. Like that is from the home at my heart, invite the five Buddha of empowerment into the sky in front of me. Then now you are Vajrapani, so you visualize your heart is a home syllable like that is. Invite the five Buddhas. So in front of us, so now we offering to the five Buddhas. So this is it, like doing everything is like create accumulation ourselves. Is this practice is called the inner level practice, inner level, not outer level. So inner level practice is like your form and your mind, your speech is Buddha. So using that create accumulation, merit, and purify karma. It's called inner level practice. Five Buddha is called actually empowerment deity. Five Buddha is empowerment deity in the inverted front of our us. Then we use Om Benza Pipet Tadasa Soha, Om Benza Dipam Tadasa Soha is flower, incense, and Benza Aloke Tadasa Soha like candle lights, butter lamps. Om Benza Gende Tadasa Soha is liquid, like kind of medicine apps. Performed. Om Benza Nevede Tadasa Soha is food. All the different kind of food, drinks, food. So then offering to that five Buddhas and ask the blessing is empowerment and request the five Buddhas. So now the Buddhas of empowerment hold the wells of wisdom nectar with which they give the empowerment reciting. So this five Buddha hold the empowerment, hold the wells, wisdom nectar, and inside the wells has a nectar, with which they give the empowerment, reciting Om Savatatangata Abhikeka the Samaya Shiraya Hong, means like pouring this nectar on our crown and purify all the obstacles, emotions, negativities, and increasing our, merit, longevity, and all the positive qualities increasing, your Buddha's qualities increasing. That is called empowerment. Then, thus my body, voice, and mind are completely purified. So mind, body, all completely purified and filled with wisdom nectar, which overflows and forms akshobhya ornament on the crown of my head. Then all the Buddha's empowerment dissolve into me. So that's the way we visualize. When you receive empowerment, so actually exactly like this. Empowerment ritual cannot perform to ordinary person. So that's why when we receive empowerment, the Vajra master chant Om Sobhava Shida Sava Dhamma Sobhava Shida means like you have to visualize, meditate yourself is emptiness, or yourself is become Vajrapani form. Today you're going to receive Vajrapani empowerment. You visualize yourself is Vajrapani. And then, so teacher is actually middle person, and connect with the five Buddha and us. So teacher, who's a Vajra master who performed the empowerment, there's supplication to five Buddha, and the five Buddha bring this nectar falling into our crown, purify body, speech, mind obstacles. And then all this nectar is fed our body, representative. All the Buddha's quality is increasing, and we have become recognize our mind, speech is a Buddha. And then the is like nectar is go up to crown, and it's today here says Achyobia ornaments, form of Achyobia ornaments on the crown of my head. Then all the Buddhas of empowerment become dissolved to us. Is we have become Buddha, is five Buddha is dissolved to us. Five emotion is transformed to the wisdom. So that is the meaning point. Here is the sadhana, the main essence practice. Yadam deity practice. Then offerings. So now we offering to again. This is offerings. Is like offering to ourselves. Means like ourself is Buddha, offering to ourselves. Inner offering become Om Benza Pipeta Desai Soha, Om Benza Dipeta Desai So, Om Benza Allocata Desai So, Om Benza Gendeta Desai So, Om Benza Neveta Desai So, Om Masawata Dangada Abakensa the Mom. So that's the offering, create accumulation merit, and then press to the Vajrapani. So this press Vajrapani also, you read this and understand who is the Vajrapani, what is the essence of the Vajrapani. You really recognize the Vajrapanis, who is the Vajrapani, the combined power and the energy of all the Buddhas. See, Vajrapani means the combined power and energy of all the Buddhas. So when we wanted to become Buddha, we have to practice Vajrapani. Otherwise, not possible to we have become Buddha. Because Buddha means like have a power, we have to create that cause. So when we have become Buddha means then we are also we are Vajrapani. Because our power energy is Vajrapani, effort to Vajrapani's form, can benefit others. Your compassion practice is become arise like Chinrezek, benefit others. Your wisdom is the become Buddha arise to Manjushri benefit others. So think about how can we benefit for others. On the path, we have to create compassion, we have to create wisdom, we create power and Buddha's qualities. The result, we have become Buddha Vajrapani, we have become Manjushri, we have become Chinrezek, benefit for others. So our power is become called Vajrapani, compassion is called Chinrezek, wisdom is called Manjushri. So that we are arise to become all these three Bodhisattvas for benefit others. True reality is that quality is called Buddha. Then the supreme holder of the treasure of the secret teachings. The Vajrapani is the supreme holder of the treasure of the secret teaching. Vajrayana teachings lineage holder. I already explained. So that true qualities, you really know who's the Vajrapani. The form is effort to form blue color or dark blue color, two arms, wrath for this. But essence is power and energy of all Buddha, also the supreme holder of the treasure of the sacred teaching. That is Vajrapani. Quality, you have to understand. Then you think about Buddha benefit other beings because Buddha has power to benefit. And Buddha can benefit others because due to the teaching. The teaching's holder is Vajrapani. So you recognize this quality is Vajrapani, then you arise devotion to the Vajrapani. So the press is actually connect with the Yedam deity. You press to Yedam deity, you really arise devotion to the Yedam deity. And this sentence is the teaching is really short, but just main essence is that there shows up clearly. Then the subjugator, see, the Vajrapani is a subjugator, subduing of all the maras and obscurers without exception. If we wanted to remove our obstacle and subdued our emotions, then it's practice Vajrapani. Praise and pay homage to Vajrapani. That's why we pay homage, praise to Vajrapani. So this is a self-generation stage, means like you recognize yourself is the Vajrapani and praise to actually yourself. Self means like not really self-exist there. Your is Buddha, you know, your praise to your own is your praise to your own nature. Praise to your own absolute truth quality. So that is the inner level press. Outer level press is usually, so you can press to like your friend, and you can press to your parents, relatives, or if you can press to your enemy, that is the wonderful. So that helps become remove your jealousy. Press to enemies, the higher level practice too. No one wanted to press to enemy. Only the practitioners can press to enemies. Because due to jealousy, anger, that's why we know we don't have power to press to the enemies. Then you think about what means power. Power is kind of courage too, right? Courage, power. If long as you can press to your enemy, really hit territory one, you have courage to press to that person, then you are Vajrapani. You have power to do that. So you have power to subdue your jealousy. Make sense? What is ordinary being? We don't have power to press to our enemy. Not possible. Practitioner has okay, maybe they're just even they're not press, but they just change perceptions. Then you have really good practice, compassion, love. Maybe you have that kind of ability to press to the enemies, compassion to the enemies, and dedication to the enemies. Long as you have that arise in your mind, you are Vajrapani. You are hero. The thing about the hero means like ordinary people cannot do. So then spiritual, somebody can do that. Practitioners can do that. That is called heroes. It's truly heroes. Means like really remove the emotions, subdue the emotions. Okay, no. Sorry about the time is gone. Meditate for as long as possible in this arising stage on the deity's body as in illusion. the inseparability of form and emptiness, the nature of wisdom. Then tried of this make an effort to recite the mantra. So it's much ever you can, meditate, visualize Yadam Deity. Much ever is meditate for as long as possible in this arising stage on the deity's body as illusion. So deity's form also visualize illusion, not physical exist form body. When you visualize the Yadam Deity, same as a rainbow, it's empty, it's seeing clearly there, appear to you, but rainbow is you cannot hold because it's emptiness, no essence. It's same as illusion. So that's why deity body is an illusion. Visualize like that. But much better the rainbow. Rainbow no wisdom. The deity form has wisdom. The rainbow body no power. Deity form body has a power, compassion. So that's the difference. Then you meditate and recite a mantra. Recite a mantra is just depending, your level. So sometimes you can follow the mantra galing. You don't have to do all the time mantra galing. Otherwise, that's also distraction too. Distract for your mind. And maybe first couple mantra, use the mantra galing, and then just try to into your nature, meditate as long as possible in the arising stage in which that is form body, inseparable form and emptiness. So the nature of wisdom means like no thoughts. No thoughts, stay in the pure, chant the mantra, then you are already the truly Vajrapani there. So that is more powerful. Then sometimes you want to help other beings, like you can use the mantra galing. Not all time is mantra galing, also not sometimes good, that great. Some people cannot meditate resting in nature and chant the mantra, then that person chant the mantra galing. Mantra galing is actually thoughts. We creating the positive thoughts. So positive thoughts is the antidote to the negative thoughts. That's why this also create for the beginners, like someone cannot really into samadhi, nature mind, then you can do mantra galing. At the heart is a home surrounded by the mantra Home Benzar Peg. Home Benzar Peg is the Vajrapani mantra, very short, easy. And the center is a home, then just circle and clockwise. In black, circle and clockwise, and read it like that, makes offering to all the Buddhas and the Bodhisattvas, their wisdom, compassion, energy, and the power return to me in the form of leg and are absorbed. So that's the mantra galing. Again, leg ready to the sentient beings and purify all phenomena. It's become transformed. The suffering, obscuration, and the disease of all sentient beings of the six realms are completely purified, and those beings are established in the state of the Lord of the secret. Thus accomplish all virtuous activity. The leg then returns and is absorbed into the seed syllable and the mantra. Chant again. Meditating in this way, recite the mantra as many times as possible. So that's also helps, like, generation stage where chanting the mantra galing, create accumulation merit. Completion stage, Mahamudra, where it's like you just stay in the nature, mind, and chant the mantra. It's more powerful. Okay, so now Home Beza Peg is the mantra. Then and repeat the Om Benza Sato Samaya, then we chant that. After the dissolution, the wisdom being returned to their natural states. The wisdom being or go back to their home, means natural states. Auto phenomena dissolve into the sentient beings. All these forms is dissolved to inner sentient beings, who dissolve into me. The all sentient beings dissolve to us. I dissolve into the home in my heart. So we have become dissolved to the home. It is in its turn, it dissolves slowly from the bottom up into the all providing emptiness, then become home syllables, the bottom to all the way go up to nada in the zero, kind of a zero up there. The called nada. Rest in the, then that's also dissolved to emptiness. Rest in unobstructed, uncreated state as long as possible. So that is called the absolute truth, the complete stage, meditate. Then you come back again, then arise again, then you coming back to become your body's Vajrapani again. Lord of Secret and recited dedication prayers. Then you come back again and meditate like yourself is Vajrapani, chant the mantra. So there, then you go back to the post meditation. Whatever you do, so you have to recognize you are Vajrapani. When you eat, you have to recognize your Vajrapani. Eating is offering. So you put cloth onto your body, you recognize your form is Vajrapani. That cloth is like offering to Vajrapani. And then what thought comes, recognize you are Vajrapani. So whatever you talk is recognize your speech is mantra come from the Vajrapani. Then no any obstacle penetrate to you. So you are free from obstacles, long as you can do that practice. Okay, so now we finish the teaching and I'm going to do the transmission. Actually, the transmission is already together, but sometimes people want to reading transmissions are important. So I'm going to do again, follow your wishes perception. Namo Guru Bezapane, Namjo Baganya Sandan Jundor Ji, de Junjin de Dibanyam Limbadobe, Jabsam Semiji, Lansa, Omosoba Shida Sawadama Soba Shida Ham. Konde no Jung and Toloban, Duniranja Putonile, Songor Dorje, Merajibe, Palepe Marane, Yeme, Dinare, Onde Sale, Onde, Tunisa de City Unjole. Danye Sama Dabo Yomoder, Kono Nabo Jarji Saniba, Yebesa Dorjanga, Den Yombe, Tokara Dens of Dorjan Ham, Shabye Kongshen Yongja Ronyam de Waramas Jin the Lamerambar, to Ganway Jin, to Bato Yarjin, the Jejin, Tayam Zipalo. Yijime Bombalona Jane on Gar Amar Hong Teng Leon de Rada, Yijina Jensa Hong Ba Hong San Yizame Pachor. Layo to go some Uzerti one laring and the Garajin down the Ombeza Beta Zazoa, Ombeza Beta Zazomeza, Alovera Zazomeza. Rather Zazomeza Neves, Rather Zazoma Zangada against Adama, Yes, or the Bevala Ringa, what is the Kamasadanam? Omazawa Zangada King of the Samaya, one go to the Dajala, Jinjel, Maju, Virgin, one Larang La Tem. Ombeza Viveta the Zazo, Meza Dibanda, Ombenza, Pipeta the Zazo, Meza Diveta the Zazo, Meza Alovera the Zazo, Meza Genera the Zazo, Meza Neves, the Zazo, Omazawa Abekenza the Mam, the Jane to Doji, the Janes, all Hajin, Zozenjo, the Gimalin the Zeba. Dorjen Zeng La Sansara to Lagajamata Vachiram La Chines, Yati, Chungha Dawane, Toganga, Togar, Hondar Handen, years ago, the Jawajis in La de Layan to go. Ale was on to do Jasanda Salaku, to let them the Yonso Trobales and Handi Sawujelatem. Home Benza pay, home Benza pay, home Benza pay, but to the Dachekani, Dentar, Yija, John Benza, Sado, Samaya, and the Balayam, no members, the members. Annera tome baba sawase de minda in zasara kama sa mesa da shiri yankoro ha obanga so da ngada meza me meza meza ba ma Samaya sato a yiba na ra yin je ne se je dam sing no chu me tong bar je de da ma chi shi wa san thar long de nyam bar ya jong ho ne gwan de yin da sa ma da bon do je je ro wa ji jam le ban de sa lang go bar jo lai Rani sanda ko lam je sa nga ja da chi chola na yin jo go shi lo bon ji tin som ji dor ji lo sa dor Jundor Jechi de Ginger Shin, the Bandaya Tonya Jinga Jigami Patar, Devin da Bande Tiba the Tara, Denzeng gave it, and the Tanzeng Davis and Kabonia of the Jarwa, Jamba, Shubam. Okay, so no, after this solution, so we have a dedication, and then the page 44 is, I don't know, your page. So this the sadhana is come from is Lopun Jikting Somje Dorje. So take from traditional teaching of Master Jikting Somje Dorje, and it was written by Konchon Tenle Sangpo. So that's the sadhana it's come from. The second Drigong Chopa Changun Chesang Rinpoche. Second one, to further wish of this interested, this was translated by Khenchen Rinpoche, Koncho Jamsi, with the help of Major Taylor at the Tibetan Meditation Center. Okay, so that's the sadhana come from. Thank you, everyone. So we finished all the teaching Vajrapani. If you want to chant the short practice Vajrapani, I can spoil you. So always want a short one, right? This is a really short. Shortest like we can practice is press to Vajrapani. You know, the compound power and energy of all Buddhas, the supreme holder of the treasure of the sacred teachings, the subjugate of all the maras and obscures, without exception, are press and pay homage to Vajrapani. So you chant that, then chant on home bezapek. That's also the practice Vajrapani. Shortest way practice Vajrapani. Usually some people has many deities practice, so that does like only this press to Vajrapani, they chant that only. It's very good to do this. When you get fears, emotions, difficulty time, just chant that press to Vajrapani. Long as you have memorized, it's 24 hours you can practice that one anytime. So when you drive the car, you can do. When you are in the office, you can practice that. You are somewhere in the forest, hiking, doing something, or you can do this. And when you go to sleep in the bed, you can close eye, you chant that prayer, visualize Vajrapani. Then that means no one come into your room. If you get fears, someone coming, that means coming. Some people has like that feelings coming into home and create obstacles. As long as you have that kind of fears, meditate Vajrapani, chant that one, home bezapek, it's go away. No one can be there. No one has more power than Vajrapani. So that's why no one can harm to you and get you. So free from suffering, free from fears. Thank you, everyone. Tashi Delek, so see you. What time is no, it's 12.
Yeah, we'll be meeting at 5 o'clock East Coast time and 2 o'clock Pacific time, which is the same as Mountain time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
hosting and organize Marilyn. See you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.